6 lessons that led me to retire early at 55. My name is Frank Thompson, a 70-year-old retiree from Boise, Idaho, where the wide-open skies and quiet trails remind me daily of the freedom I've earned. For 30 years, I was a logistics manager for a trucking company, coordinating shipments across the country, juggling deadlines, and living for the next paycheck. I built a good life, raised 2 sons, paid off a modest ranch-style home, and saved enough to feel secure. But 15 years ago, at 55, I had an epiphany that changed everything. I was driving home from a 12-hour shift, stuck in traffic, when a song on the radio, a nostalgic tune from my college days, hit me hard. I realized I hadn't played my guitar in years, hadn't taken my wife, Linda, dancing or gone fishing with my boys. I asked myself, Frank, are you working to live or living to work? If you keep going like this, what will you have left when you finally stop? That moment was a wake-up call. I decided to retire early, and today I'm sharing the 6 lessons that guided me to that decision. Lessons that transformed my life and could reshape how you think about your future. Are you grinding through life, wondering if there's more? Are you afraid retirement will leave you aimless? Stick with me, because these lessons might just spark the change you need. And trust me, the last one will make you rethink everything you've been chasing. The first lesson hit me at a company picnic, watching a coworker, Jim, struggle to play catch with his grandkids. He'd worked until 67, promising himself he'd retire when the time was right, but a stroke left him frail, unable to enjoy the freedom he'd earned. That image haunted me. I thought about the times I skipped hiking with Linda because of overtime, or missed my son's soccer games for a client call. I didn't want to wait until my body or my relationships gave out. Retirement shouldn't come too late, when health fades or loved ones drift away. I retired at 55 when I could still hike the Boise foothills, teach my grandson to fish, and dance with Linda under the stars. My advice: don't let just one more year steal your vitality. Ask yourself, if you retire today, who would you spend time with and what would you do? Don't wait until it's too late to live fully. Retirement, I learned, isn't about stopping, it's about rebirth. I used to think retiring meant sitting in a rocking chair watching life pass by. But when I left my job, I saw it as a chance to rediscover who I was beyond Frank, the logistics guy. I dusted off my old guitar and joined a local bluegrass band. My fingers fumbled at first, but the joy of strumming with new friends was electric. I started cycling, feeling the rush of wind on trails I'd never explored. Linda and I took cooking classes, burning a few dishes but laughing through every mistake. Retirement became a time to chase passions, rebuild connections, and strengthen my body. My advice: see retirement as a new chapter, not an end. What passion have you shelved because of work? What new skill or connection could light you up? Start small, pick one thing to try this month and let it grow. Lack of planning nearly derailed me, though. When I first retired, I thought freedom meant no schedules, no goals. Big mistake. After a few weeks, I was restless, wandering the house, flipping through TV channels, feeling like I'd lost my purpose. Linda noticed and sat me down with a notebook. Frank, she said, you need a map for this new life. We planned specific activities: weekly hikes, monthly road trips to small Idaho towns, and daily journal entries to reflect on my thoughts. I even set a goal to learn one new song on the guitar each month. That structure gave me direction. A retired friend, Tom, once told me, without a plan, retirement's like a ship without a rudder, you'll drift nowhere. He was right. My advice: before you retire, map out your days. What will fill your time with meaning? Write a plan, financial, emotional, and practical. If you don't have one yet, start drafting it today. Then came a big shift: redefining success. In my working years, success meant promotions, bonuses, and a corner office. But after retiring, those things felt hollow. One evening, I was teaching my grandson to bait a hook by the river, and his wide-eyed grin when he caught his first fish, that felt like success. Success now is waking up without an alarm, feeling healthy enough to bike, and sharing quiet moments with Linda over coffee. I think of a former colleague, rich but alone, his big house empty of laughter. I didn't want that. Retirement taught me that success is peace, health, and human connection, not a bank balance. My advice: redefine what success means to you. Is it money, or is it time with loved ones and a clear mind? Write down your new definition and make it your retirement goal. Preparing mentally and physically was another lesson I learned the hard way. I was so focused on savings, checking my 401k, budgeting for expenses, that I ignored my emotions. Early in retirement, I felt adrift, like I'd lost part of my identity. I started journaling, scribbling thoughts about who I was and what I wanted. It helped me process the shift. I also talked to retired friends like Tom, who warned me to align with Linda on our vision. We had tough conversations. She wanted to travel, I wanted to stay local, so we compromised, half the year exploring, half at home. Physically, I committed to cycling 3 times a week, eating more greens, and practicing mindfulness for 10 minutes daily. Those habits kept me sharp and energized. My advice: don't just plan your finances, prepare your mind and body. Are you ready for the emotional shift of retirement? Journal your thoughts, talk to retirees, and align with your partner. Build one healthy habit this week to start strong. Finally, I learned that retirement thrives on new experiences. After retiring, I pushed myself to try something new each week. I joined a photography club, capturing Idaho's sunsets in ways that still amaze me. I took up bird watching, spotting hawks I'd never noticed before. Linda and I even tried salsa dancing, disastrous footwork, but we laughed until we cried. These experiences kept my days vibrant. One summer, I organized a fishing trip with my sons, something we hadn't done since they were kids. Sitting by the lake, swapping stories, I felt more alive than ever. New experiences make retirement rich and keep you young at heart. My advice: don't let retirement become routine. What's one new thing you've always wanted to try? Commit to one new activity a week, big or small, and watch your life expand. Looking back, I see retirement not as a restart, but as a redeployment of your skills, passions, and time into a life you design. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. Shape this phase with intention, or it'll shape you by default. Ask yourself, what kind of retirement do you want? What's holding you back? Fear, finances, or habit? I retired at 55, and these 15 years have been my richest, because I chose to live, not just exist. If you're nearing retirement or dreaming of it, what in my story resonates most? Share your thoughts below. I read every comment. Subscribe to Stories for Retired for more real stories and practical tips to prepare for retirement. Drop a comment. Which of these 6 lessons inspires you to act? Hit like if my journey sparked something in you, and share this video with anyone who needs a nudge to live their best life. Join the Stories for Retired community, and let's design the retirement you deserve, starting today.